Today on Forbes, inside the 3D printed gun movement and the government's attempts to spy on it. A pink Uzi, a leopard skin handgun with a golden scope, a rifle designed to look like it's from the Halo video game, a multicolored toy assault rifle made for a 4-year-old's birthday. These aren't the kinds of guns you can buy off the rack. They were built at home, with 3D printers, evidence of a burgeoning online community where enthusiasts imagine, design, and literally print out the guns of their dreams and then share the results online. Tens of thousands of users have joined private social media groups on Facebook, Discord, and other sites to share their latest handgun creation, offer tips on how to print weapons, and commiserate about anti-gun laws. Many of these so-called, quote, 3D2A groups are run by Second Amendment absolutists who say that they're exercising their constitutional rights and participating in an increasingly popular American pastime, like an arts and crafts community, but for deadly weapons. Todd Kelly, who helped set up the 2A printing Facebook group with over 60,000 members, says, quote, "If you can go to the library and get a book about how to build a gun, you should be able to do the same thing online." He describes the gun designs posted in the group as, quote, art that amounts to free speech. But the movement is up against the twin enforcers of social media companies and the government. Often, the groups are banned for posts that appear to facilitate weapons sales or are mistakenly identified by moderators as such, a practice outlawed across most major social platforms, including Facebook, Discord, and Reddit. The Justice Department is also keeping tabs on their activity. Federal agents raided a now-defunct Discord group called the 2A Print Depot in 2024, seizing, quote, group members' chats and data links for a nearly 18-month stretch beginning in June 2023, according to a search warrant reviewed by Forbes. 2 administrators of the group with the same name on Facebook also had their accounts searched, the warrant said. Agents similarly looked into communications between members of Kelly's Facebook group. The warrant also said federal investigators have run undercover profiles in at least one of the private groups, which require users to apply for entry, through to 2025. The warrant said that at least one user was a convicted felon and appeared to be posting images of themselves illegally using a firearm. 2 of the 5 group administrators named in the warrant have been charged, one for being a felon in ownership of a firearm, another for failing to register their 3D printed rifle. Both have pleaded not guilty. The concern among social sites and lawmakers is understandable, given the barrage of shootings in America over the last year, one of which, the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in December 2024, was allegedly perpetrated with a 3D printed weapon, also known as a ghost gun. Since 2013, when an organization called Defense Distributed made the world's first almost entirely 3D printed gun, there's been a rising anxiety around the proliferation of the weapons, largely because they're not traceable like firearms manufactured by accredited companies like Glock or Remington. It's led to a hodgepodge of laws governing their creation. Federally, as long as the gun is for personal use and not to be sold, it's legal to print them. In some states, including Delaware, New Jersey, and Rhode Island, it's a crime to either print guns and their parts or to share designs and distribute unserialized weapons, meaning some group member activities could be deemed illegal in those parts of America. Anti-gun hardliners like Everytown for Gun Safety, a nonprofit advocating gun control, believe updating the law to fully ban 3D printed weapons is one of the best ways to counter the threat. There's no doubt criminals are availing themselves of unregistered, untraceable ghost guns. Earlier this year, in a previously unreported case, an individual in Granby, Connecticut, was charged after making threats to use explosive devices on New Year's Eve in 2024. When federal agents raided his home and his electronics, they found a 3D printer and evidence he'd been building a sizable arsenal, in part by manufacturing multiple firearm parts based on designs from dark websites. For full coverage, check out Thomas Brewster's piece on forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.